Hey everybody, this is not a devotional. In fact, devotional is going to be taking a 1 week break. Then we'll be back next week for a 2 week look at the wonders of the gospel, what we call the 6 C's: the restoring wonders of the gospel, the revealing wonders of the gospel. We're going to dive into what all those are and why we say these are essential wonders for us to revolve our minds around, to get our heads and our hearts around, so that we are continually growing in not just gospel awareness, but in seeing the gospel dig its way into every nook and cranny of our heart and our mind. But with this today, I just want to give you an update on a few things going on around redemption. It's been a while since we've done a video like this. So first of all, I want to say congratulations to Manny and Sarah Farsier. They have a new baby girl in their house. Lainey is here, and Lainey is healthy. Mom is healthy. Dad and now big brother are excited. And so it's going to be an amazing time to be able to rejoice with them as they welcome their newborn. Be on the lookout in your email for news about a meal train to help them with meals. We want to serve them well during this time. So if you can make or bake them a meal or somehow bring them a meal with the meal train, when you get that in your email, sign up and be ready to serve in that way. A lot of folks have been asking, how can I serve in this time? We're not doing the VBS even on site, so how do I serve? Here's a great way to serve. Also, I'll be praying this week for Church Under the Bridge. This will be, I think, the 5th month in a row we haven't been able to be with our homeless brothers and sisters. We miss them. We want to be back with them. We want to serve them. So be in prayer for that. Also, want to give you an update on Vacation Bible School. It starts today. We passed out a lot of different VBS bags yesterday. And so be in prayer. Another way you can serve is be in prayer for the week. VBS, it's going to be unlike any other VBS we've ever had. I know I made a joke during Sunday gatherings yesterday. We've only had 2 as a Redemption Church. But going back to our former identities as Covenant or Southway, this is definitely going to be the most unique week of VBS we've ever had or we've ever seen. So be in prayer for parents as they help their kids and maybe other kids that are going to be joining them during this time. Be in prayer for that. Be in prayer for that. Also, want to make you aware, just an evidence of grace has been your giving, church. We are not quite done with July. Today's July 20th, so we have really a third of the month left. And you are giving on track for us to not only make our budget, but to potentially exceed it. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your faithfulness. And also just to encourage you with that news in a time where there's been a lot of uncertainty about, well, everything. God has been kind to us to move in your hearts to be generous with your funds. And I want to say thank you. As one of your pastors, one of your elders, may God pour out blessing on you, church, for your faithfulness. And if you want to know more about what giving is like, and just shoot me an email or give me a call and I'll be able to tell you and fill you in on all of that stuff. And lastly, I am not, here's my gigantic mug of water here. I'm not normally a glass is half full kind of guy. I'm more the glass is half empty and the glass is really kind of ugly and there's maybe some cracks forming in the glass. I'm that type of guy. And so it's really important for me, and especially in days like this, to remind myself just how gracious God is. Sure, not just for the eternal, but right here in the everyday, to identify evidences of His grace. Already today, I can point you to evidences of God's grace from a phone call that went very different than I thought it would, and it was just great to have that call and to go the way that it did. To see God's grace on display by providing certain things today for me. God's grace on display that I get to walk into a building and hang out with a guy named Eric Hammond today. God's grace every day. Maybe something you can do this week. If you're like me, the glass is half empty and cracked and ugly. Take time every day and say, okay, how have I seen God's grace at work today? Maybe you got the parking spot you needed. Maybe the thing at the store you needed, you got. Maybe the news of something going on with a relative or other things that you've been waiting to hear finally comes through. What has God been doing that's gracious that you can say, thank you, praise you, God? In a day right now where everything's topsy-turvy still, God is at work. He is. And it's good for us to note that, to celebrate that, and to trust him for more. So church, no devotionals this week, just an update on a few things. Just know that you are loved and you are prayed for. And if there's stuff we can be doing for you, you need to drop me an email or a phone call or a text and we'll get on it. Love you, church.